First of all, thank you very much giving us this chance to give or to provide some detailed information about Turkey, which is my home country. We will just cover these topics in our presentation. We will provide some overview of Turkey and Turkish market, and we will talk about the trade and investment relations with Canada and Turkey, and we will provide some key sectors of opportunity for Canadian firms in terms of selling or buying, and we will give some clues how to get into Turkish market, which is a different culture, which is having different culture than Canadians or any other countries. Every country has its own culture, and business approaches changes based on those cultures, as you know that. And then we will provide some useful information and tips about country again. Turkey, I don't think I need to mention it anyway, but everybody knows that, but it's a very beautiful country with a landscape. And also it's a combination of contemporary and the traditional views. You can see thousands of years of history as well as modern city life or modern world life. We have some famous people all around the world. It's Dr. Oz, Tarkan, or Hido, it's called Tuko. Or some other people, and our founder of our republic, Mustafa Kemal Atatürk. Let's talk about some topics or some details about Turkey. Turkey is, even though it's 1/10 of Canada, it's the second largest country in Europe after Russia. And the third biggest population, having third biggest population in Europe again after Russia and Germany, with just about 76 million people. And these people are so young. The population is very young. Largest in Europe again. Largest youth population is in Turkey. What is that? It's more than 50%. More than 50% of the population in Turkey is under the age of 30. So in that sense, the people are so keen on using technology and interacting with the world. In the Facebook user statistics, Turkey is on the 6th place. There are just about 68 million phone users in Turkey. And the penetration to the households, as far as I know, it's around 93% in that sense. There are just about 55 million, obviously, credit card users currently in Turkey, and 131 million airline passenger. This is a number of 2012. And there was 32 million international tourist arrival to Turkey in 2012. Sorry. The major cities or most crowded cities, I would say, number one is Istanbul. Officially it says for 14 million, but it's more than that, definitely. Ankara is a capital city with 5 million people around, and then Izmir, Gaziantep, Bursa follows those cities. The GDP is just about, this is the number of 2012, 800, less than 800 billion US dollar. However, last year's number is unofficially announced. It's around 815 billion US dollar. What this means, it's a very big jump in compare with 2002. It was only 230 30 billion US dollar. It has tripled, more than tripled in 10 years. Average annual GDP growth rate is 5%, and in that sense, the country is the 16th largest economy in the world and the 6th largest economy in compare of Europe countries. In result, the sustainable economy and stable economy, majority government for 10 years, more than 10 years now, caused some interest from abroad, and there has been just about 100, and this is another 2012 number. Currently it's around 123 billion US dollar foreign direct investment came in last decade. If you look at before, since the country was formed in 1923 till 2000, it was around 15 billion. Turkey is very attractive, or very how do you say? Very keen on selling their goods because of the grow can rely on this. So the export is very important for them, and we are very government is very supporting this. So in that efforts, cost export is rising high, making a hockey stick charts, and last year's export number of the value of export was 153 billion, and the 2013 is as I said, unofficially announced, it was around 152 billion again. Country is a G20 member, NATO ally, and the United Nations, World Trade Organization, and the European Council, OECD member as well. It's very well connected to the Western countries on Western part of the world. Relatively large and growing domestic market because of all those other informations I provide you. Young population, crowded people, city, and developing country. That's the most important thing, I believe. And since it's a growing domestic market, the government is putting some new regulations and making business more friendly to invest or trade. And there is a strong economical ties with all those countries around, and in all of the all around the world as well. This is another politic movement of the country's government right now. Just an example, there was only just about 85 trade commissioners of Turkey all around the world in just about 10 years ago. Right now, this number is around 300. So it brings some deeper integration with the global economy, and there are some forecasts, or forecasts. One of them is Goldman Sachs prediction. They say Turkey will be the 9th largest economy by 2050. Improvements on regulations, we said. Foreign direct investment. Frame law introduced guarantee of transfers and national treatment of foreign investors, and international arbitration. Corporate tax, for example, reduced to 20% from 33%. Financial regularity and supervisory system strengthened. Also, I'd like to say something about the foreign direct investment. Investment encouragement certificate is required for the foreign investors in Turkey, However, it can be taken in 30 days only. It's so easy. Government very supportive on this. And when you get this, you will get some incentives as a foreign investors for VAT exemption, reduced corporate tax, or customs duty exemption, or EI employers premium support, and even in some projects land allocation. Also, government provides R&D incentives and free zones, free trade zones, and technology development zones to foreign investors, and they are taking very seriously because they just try to get some intention and get some global business into country. Bilateral treaties promotes the cross-border investments and help to avoid double taxations. I will mention later on anyway, but avoiding double taxation agreement is in effect between Canada and Turkey. Custom union with EU and FTAs since 1995 or 6, I believe it's 1996. There has been an agreement between European Union and Turkey, and Turkey is now able to sell their goods without any customs duty, and it brings lots of opportunities to Turkish companies to penetrate to European market as well as to European countries to Turkey. And the free trade agreements, Turkey has just about 22 free trade agreements with 22 countries, and some more FTAs are underway. Just about 13 countries in this stage of negotiation. And Canada. Canada is not on this list right yet, even though I wish to have it. These are the countries that Turkey has the FTA agreements currently. And these are the negotiation phase. The most important two of them are Mexico and Canada. Mexico they decided and they made an agreement to start the negotiations this year. And Canada, Mayor Ed Fast visited Turkey last year in end of August. It's not mayor, sorry, ministers. I'm sorry. And he met with his counterpart, and they decided to establish a committee, a joint economical and trade committee, to enhance the relations and give some support to FTA negotiations, which has already exploratory talks has already started at 2010 and almost finalized. Now it is waiting approval from the Canada side to start the negotiations. We are at that stage right now. Let's talk about Turkey's location, geographically, geopolitically location. I believe that the location is very important in terms of doing business, especially international business. Turkey is in the middle of the place that you can call almost the heart of the world, I would say. If you just draw a circle around Turkey, this is a 4 hours flight zone to everywhere. Maximum 4-hour flight zone. And there are just about 1.5 billion people in this area with 25 trillion GDP and more than 8 trillion trade volume. So in that sense, just because of this location, more than 80 countries, as far as I know, more than 80 companies, more than 80 companies has chosen Turkey, mainly Istanbul, to establish their headquarters for that region and manage their business from Turkey. One of them is Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola manages 93 countries from Istanbul. Microsoft, again, another company, manages 80 countries from Istanbul. And a Canadian company, Scotiabank, right now, it says 40, I guess, but it's wrong, it's 34. Scotiabank manages 34 countries from Istanbul office, and Scotiabank currently is the 7th largest lender in Turkey, and so on. So Turkey as a location, another good place or beneficial place for producers as well. Toyota, Honda, Ford, Hyundai, and other high technology producers from either Far East or from North America has chosen Turkey to use Turkey as a home away production center. Also, Turkey is an attractive investment environment, having offering an investment environment for mining and energy. I will talk about later. Shell, Exxon, BP, Newmont, and several Canadian companies are located in Turkey for a long time. In terms of looking what is the foreign capital or what is the multinational companies' existence in Turkey, there is just about 30,000 companies with foreign capital in Turkey. Most promising sectors for Turkey, I would say energy, information and communication technology, financial services, automotive, manufacturing, agriculture, aerospace and defense, and of course P3, infrastructure and healthcare services. Again, part of the location, Turkey is in a geographically in a very effective place to jump up to other places. In this sense, Turkish Airlines having more than 200 destinations in 105 countries right now, and using mostly Istanbul as a hub, connection hub, and connecting North America to Far East. And Turkish Airlines started flying to Toronto direct flights from Istanbul in 2009, 3 days a week, and then expanded to 5 days a week in 3 years. Now this year, I guess, yeah, starting from June, it will be 6 days a week, and additionally, Montreal direct flight, Montreal from Istanbul. Starting this year again, 3 times a week. Turkey's economical growth rates are is seen as here. Annual rate, growth rate in last decade is about 5%. As you may see, in 2009 only, there is a little bit negative movement, but I would say that Turkey was one of the countries that has least effect from global crisis, just like Canada. Those are the trade goods of Turkey, mostly export and import. Turkey is very strong in precious stones and jewelry. Transportation equipment, just an example, light commercial vehicles, Turkey is #1 in Europe as a producer. Processed food is very strong sector or strong product. Rubber products, metal products, knitted clothing, mainly I would say textile, because home textile is very strong as well, and clothing and apparel as always there. For importing products, Turkey obviously buys everything, lots of. I didn't mention maybe in the previous slides. The export number of the volume of export is $153 billion. Yes, it's a good number, but the import is around $240 billion. There's a deficit, but as a Canadian who wants to sell something to Turkey, that's a good number. Okay, trade and investment relations with Canada. I will just talk about some milestones between two countries, for very recent ones, not to go further. In 2009, as I mentioned, direct flights between between Istanbul and Toronto started by Turkish Airlines, and at the same time, agreement on double taxation, avoiding double taxation, has been signed, and now its effect is in effect by 2012. At 2010, as I mentioned again, exploratory talks for free trade agreements has started. Two countries decided to open up the consulate general in the biggest cities of those countries. Canada decided to open up one in Istanbul, and Turkey did the same thing for Toronto. And they decided to put the trade commissioners in both places. Also, EDC decided to open up an office in Istanbul with Consulate General. Those actions, I believe, caused a really nice warm winds between two countries. Since then, I will give you some numbers later on anyway, but the trade volume significantly increased. So in 2010, ministerial level visits started again after 10 years. And Air Transat started to fly once a week to Istanbul. In 2012, Foreign Minister of Turkey visited Canada after 14 years. Air Canada last year decided to fly to Turkey, and they said, okay, we will fly 3 times a week. And it was sort of hesitation maybe or something, I don't know. But then after they realized that it's a very nice route, which can fill up their planes by 90%. And recently they announced that Air Canada is going to be starting daily flights to Istanbul starting from June this year. So as I mentioned again, Minister Fast visited Turkey last year, and 2014 Turkish minister with a large number of delegation will be visiting Canada in June perhaps. This is an unofficial information, but we are expecting. And another good thing, 2014 Mayor McCallion will be visiting Turkey perhaps. Some numbers. These are the numbers for the trade volume between two countries. As you may already seen that it was around 1.5 billion in total trade volume between two countries in 2010, and in 2012 it was 2.3 billion. Those are the US dollar number. The change between those 3 years, 2 years obviously, it's just about 50%. The top 10 products Canada buys, Canada sells, or Turkey buys, Turkey sells. are here. Mostly Turkey sells steel products, hazelnut, some fruit and vegetables, and trucks, light commercial vehicles, as you seen on the roads. Ford Transit Connects are coming from Turkey. And Canada sells mostly wood products, wood chip, paper products, newsprint papers like that, and lentils. There are just about 144 Canadian firms active in Turkey. Some of them are here, Scotiabank, some mostly mining companies, and especially gold. These allowance golds, Alasar golds are making huge investments in Turkey currently. Eldorado Gold has the second largest gold mine in Europe, in Turkey. I would add another one to this list to mention, which is Transatlantic Petroleum Limited, which has license to explore petroleum in Turkish lands. Key sectors of opportunity for Canadians. Number one is mining. Number one is mining, and I will talk about those things first, a little bit. Mining is very the early stage in Turkey. Now there is not a very deep exploration yet, so the expectation is it's expected to grow just about 70% in 2 to 3 years now. So the Canadian companies are very keen on doing business with Turkey in that sense. Also, investment was sort of companies were a little bit hesitating to invest in Turkey, but after this avoiding double taxation agreement, now Canadian companies, Canadian firms are interested in doing business, and the mining is one of the most promising sector. Exploration, drilling, excavation, or extraction, or underground mining equipment, and some other safety monitoring instruments are some products that I can count in mining sector. In energy and renewable energy mostly, it's another promising sector in Turkey. Turkey needs 2,000 to 3,000 megawatt of fresh capacity every year, and by 2013 to 23, Turkey plans to have 1/3 of their energy from renewables. So the market has just about 1.5 to 2 billion worth of potential for new plants, for renewable energies, wind turbines, solar panels and solar plants, and geothermal plants, and also the hydro as well. And Canadian companies are seriously interested with those things, especially geothermal exploration, geothermal power plants, and wind turbines, for example. In 2010, just an example, Free Breeze is a Canadian wind turbine company, has opened an office in Istanbul. Another one is environmental industries. In line with the EU harmonization, I guess I didn't say that, I didn't mention that Turkey is trying to be a member of EU. It's on the process of and Turkey in that process period, Turkey requires some environmental technologies and services valued just about 59 billion euros over the next 2 decades. So there is a huge potential for Canadian companies in terms of water and wastewater facilities, solid waste management processes, and air pollution prevention as well. ICT, information and communication technology, it's another potential. Broadband applications, 3G environment and Wi-Fi environment, digital media, mobile gaming services, and e-government projects. Government is very keen on building their services and facilities in an electronic way, and it's a very big potential for Canadian high technology companies. Agriculture is another thing that Canada enjoys right now with Turkey, but not at the level of satisfaction, I would say. The large local consumer market, established export links to neighbor countries, and high sales potential for lentils, oilseeds, grains, animal genetic materials. So Canada has price and quality advantage over competing with other countries in Turkey. Construction. In 2009, Turkey put a place of regulation to encourage P3 projects in Turkey, in the country, because it's a new developing country. So with its growing economy and aging population, there are a number of opportunities ranging from infrastructure development to building healthcare services. What Canadians are doing over there, they are really keen on getting some business in this area. Just recently, there was a P3 conference in Istanbul, organized by Trade Commissioner Services in Istanbul. It was in last January. And that was not the first one. As far as I know, that was the second one, because in 2011 there was another one. Automotive. Turkey is very strong in automotive sector, either automotive production or spare parts and aftermarket products production. Canada has some sort of potential to sell, also to buy from Turkey as well. That's another promising sector that we can talk about. Aerospace and defense. The private sector market size is around $3 billion, and almost half of this potential was produced in-house, in-country, but other 50% was imported, and mostly imported from NATO countries. Canada is one of the NATO ally, and I believe that Canada should be selling much more than what they are selling right now. Education is another promising sector for Turkey. Every year, just around 60,000 students goes to abroad to get a well education or higher level education in compare with their own universities or high level education in Turkey. And there is a survey says that 30% of those people those students are choosing United States, another 30% choosing United Kingdom, and so on. What Canada gets? Only 4%, which is, I believe, Canada provides or offers better education, absolutely better education opportunities than any other countries that we can count. I believe that Canada has very big potential in this area, and our Trade Commissioner Service is very good in Istanbul, and they are right now partnering with a fair organization company in Turkey. There is a roadshow, education fairs roadshow in Turkey in March 2014, covering 5 big cities in Turkey. The Canadian companies will be participating to those roadshow for education opportunities. Yeah, how are we gonna get into the market? You have to define your aim. What are you doing? Trade, investment, franchising, or whatever. Then you will need to gather some more market information. What is the competition? What are the regulations over there? Is there any incentives, or what are the tariffs and everything? And you need to do the SWOT analysis and identify your unique selling point. And based on those analysis and identification, you need to develop a market entry and penetration strategy. Then you will need to find a local partner, definitely. Without a local partner or distributor, or based on what you are doing, of course, it's very hard to penetrate to market because it is open, yeah, of course. However, it's conservative. Developing detailed marketing plan is the last maybe step to get into market. Should be done in cooperation with your partner in Turkey. Some useful tips. Turkey, as I said, is a developing country, and some regulations and some assumptions are different than what Canadians used to have. So I would definitely, my first suggestion and most important one is to give you an idea, to have a written contract in every way, and in that contract each party's name defined clearly, as well as their rights and obligations. Insurance provisions, payment terms, conditions should be laid out clearly, and applicable law that will govern the contract should be mentioned, and it should be always notarized, and notarized translation as well. So I wouldn't suggest to copy any other generic contract to do business, because there should be some special cases. And receive professional services from consultants, lawyers and accountants that are experienced in Turkish market. Protect your intellectual property. That's another thing that you need to concern. Always meet in person if possible. And don't be surprised with a maximized hospitality when you meet them, because Turkish people are so friendly and so hospitality in the maximum level. Be prepared for late replies. There is a bad thing maybe, but this is a reality. So follow-up calls are always good. When you send an email, do not expect, because of the time difference also, do not expect an immediate answer. However, if you need an immediate response, just provide a follow-up call. Expect the rush hour conditions in any hour in the day, especially if you are in Istanbul. There's always a bad traffic, and sometime in 5 to 10 kilometers, which we can go in 5 to 10 minutes in here, could be more than an hour in Istanbul. As I said, Another difficulty Canadians are having when they go to Turkey, lack of language capabilities with some Turkish people. Some, I would say, not all of them, because English is the most common second language in Turkey. Learning a few Turkish words would be highly appreciated. People are so keen on hearing some, very strong accent Turkish words from some of their people that they are going to work. And always bargain when you go to Turkey, especially if you are buying some stuff from touristic areas. Always bargain. And one thing that I need to mention: always carry an identification document. However, put your passport in a safe place and take a copy of it in terms of providing your identification purposes. Those are some websites that you can take a look. The Fuar Rehberi is the fair and trade shows, showing the fairs and trade shows in Turkey, which is happening just about 400 fair and trade show in Turkey in a year. Tenders in Turkey, especially government tenders, P3s and everything is existing in there. Invest in Turkey. Investment Support and Promotion Agency of Turkey's website, official website. I just forgot to mention that the Investment Support and Promotion of Turkey's representative in Toronto exists since 2012. Ministry of Economy's website is very powerful, having powerful information. Also, our Canadian Trade Commissioner's website and Canada Business website is having very nice information. So my presentation ends over here.